It's still going.
What do we call this place?
Love Shack.
That was downstairs. Right?
No, we still call it the Love Shack.
Yeah, I think there was.
We did? We still did?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll believe you.
It's not like you got much of a choice, do you?
It's not like I can remember.
Yeah.
Bro, are you still fucking moving that shit?
Yeah.
Hi. It's like he doesn't. It's like he doesn't want to ever start. It's like he's just stalling.
Do you ever take this long when you do your OnlyFans thing?
Hey, papa.
That's why my shoulder hurts. All I do is this.
Selfie artist.
I need 3 more subscriptions to buy that Halo stand that you have, you rich fuck. I only live on the 2nd floor of an apartment. You own both floors of this house.
Right.
The miracles of Wish.
Wish.
That's what happened. I bought my house off a Wish and ended up in an apartment complex.
No, the light.
Oh.
God damn it.
Oh, man.
All right, I'm trying to post the link on our Facebook page. Give me a second. Let's see here. Write something. Dude, we need to fucking change that profile picture of the Undertaker looking all like, ugh.
I didn't even put that there.
Oh, whoever did it, we need to fucking change it.
Every time he says we, that means I have to do it.
Yes.
Okay, Heyman over here. His last 3 checks bounced.
Yes.
And he's still telling me, hey, change this, do this, upload this, scratch this.
And then Hector goes, you get a check.
More like a check stub. This is what I would have given you.
Un pinche IOU.
We start treating you like Paul Heyman back in ECW.
Yeah.
Can I get some merch money?
I like round numbers, so just take 15 and I'll take the other 2. Now I only owe you 30.
You're not Joseph. All right. What the hell are we even going to talk about?
Huh?
What the hell are we even going to talk about?
Oh, this is our personal vlog. We're just going to talk about how he spent the week frozen in hell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you go first.
All right.
You and your funny and smelling shit, socks and shit. Gotcha. Look, he folds his legs so like right here staring at me.
Yeah,
in the face.
he's that way.
Ah!
Speaking of that OnlyFans, he was just about to deep throat my foot
For free.
all the way to the ankle, baby. Let's see.
I thought you had
Any deeper, you would have seen what I ate an hour ago.
Hey.
Are you sweating, Hector? I'm already sweating. We've only been laughing for like 2 minutes. Elizabeth, I'm coming. It's the big one.
All right, there we go. I got
Then
it
it turns
posted.
out to just be Abel. The little one.
Pinky, man. It's just like, see, when I grip stuff with my actual
There you
real
go.
fingers.
Multitasking.
Randy, can you verify that?
And this little
It looks
pinky,
like it has a crown, like one would, right?
the pinky doesn't do anything, so it just sticks out because it's useless. It's not that I'm fancy, it's that I'm just.
So that's what you tell Randy. I'm gonna use my good arm.
Yep. That's how it works, man.
Oh, man.
I shouldn't complain. I'm the one with the divorce on the record.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
And on that note, adios, my friends.
Oh, we're leaving now? Now that's the end of it. Jojo, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us in the live chat.
Meddling should be meddling in a minute.
Yeah, we'll see here. All right.
Eventually, once you give us a fucking intro to this shit.
Yeah, okay. What is it? 778?
What?
Or 378?
374.
374.
Hold on. Let me double check that because you're bad with numbers.
Yeah, I am.
374.
Live from the Love Shack in Houston, Texas. It's the 374th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Hector.
This is Chris.
No, you
This
got.
was
Why do y'all always do that, man? Why are you trying to confuse the people? This is Chris. This is Hector.
We're all brown, equal meaningless. so it
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
dude. Like, we need more fucking diversity.
I'm
Remember when it was
I'm
me and a
Hec-
white guy? God damn, that was such a long time ago.
White guy.
Yeah.
I thought diversity was an old wooden ship.
If you're watching us live, thank you for joining us.
And we apologize.
Get
Yes.
into the live chat. That way we could, make
Talk
fun
shit.
of you. No, say hi, whatever, fact check us, all that good stuff. If you're not watching us live, just go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio, or you can just drop a comment down below. We'll eventually see it. So yeah, all right. There's your intro, you son of a bitch. All right.
Where were we?
One word, Hector. After Takeover finished.
Entertaining. For me, seeing that Balor,
Done.
yes, sorry,
It's been a rough couple weeks.
yes, it
Yes.
has. My brain's still trying to deton. Dunn Balor was actually a really good way to take off the show.
Yeah.
It was great. But yeah. Other than that, that's as much as I can remember from Takeover.
Fill in the blank. One word. When the Takeover finished.
Shocking. As in shock the system. No more.
You forgot.
Yes. Yeah, man. I'm down with Undisputed Era kind of breaking up and Adam Cole turning heel and Kyle O'Reilly turning face and well, I guess this means Roddy Strong's going to turn back into Roddy Strong and turn boring. But I mean that's how it's supposed to
Fish
be.
is gonna keep getting hurt.
Yeah. Fishes keep gonna, the fish bones are brittle. Yeah. You ever deboned a fish? Super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
You
One word. Damn.
damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, it was actually a 1-2 combo between Takeover and what happened on the NXT episode afterwards,
Okay.
where it kind of reminded me why I like being a wrestling fan. You know, as we read the internets, we get spoiled on Facebook all the time. What's the goings on, the happenings behind the scenes, and for you to still be invested in a character or invested in a group to a point where you're oblivious to everything else around you and you're just lost in that moment.
Yeah.
Cole super kicking Balor, boom! I was like, all right, this motherfucker wants the belt. I get it. Cole super kicks O'Reilly. What the fuck? And then 3 days later on NXT television, well, the 4 days because technically it counts afterwards. When fans are screaming on the internet that Kylo had suffered a seizure after getting suplexed on the steps, and people were legit feeling sympathy for him because they've grown. The NXT is for us hardcore fans that play chess, not casual checkers. We know where these guys have been and what they've done. Mm-hmm. And to know that this guy is diabetic and this guy wears a freaking patch under his wristband that you don't see, and be invested in that as a person and a character to feel like, oh shit, this guy actually had a seat. Like, they should have ran with that shit. They should have kept him off of TV for a month. Bring him back WrestleMania weekend and just demolish anybody that stands in the way of him getting to Adam Cole.
Baby. I forgot to do the baby.
It's been a long couple of weeks. It's okay. But yeah, dude, and the cherry on top was that match. Dunn O'Reilly was probably Dunn Cole. Dunn Balor.
Wait, what happened?
Dunn and Finn Balor was a great way to end the pay-per-view. That might be probably, I'd venture to say it might be one of the top 5 takeovers they've ever had.
Okay.
Yeah. The whole card from the top to the bottom pretty much was solid. Yeah. Really good. There's some match of the week candidates on there. We could talk about that in a little bit. Perfect time for Cole to turn on Balor or to end the era.
Yeah, I mean, now is as good a time as any, because it's not overdue, right? I don't think it's premature either, which was my complaint about Sheamus going up against Drew, right? It's a little premature. And that's something that the WWE tends to do a lot when it comes to like best friends or brothers stabbing each other in the back. But
how?
But I'm not sure if it's the perfect time. It's just not the bad time one way or the other. It's not bad as in it's too soon, not bad as in too late. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's a perfect time for this.
And then when we couldn't get stunned enough, the next week, what'd you think of your boy,
Jay White?
The Miz,
rewinding
the clock 10 years and cashing in his briefcase, winning the WWE title.
So I am a huge Miz mark. A lot of people know that about me, that I just like the Miz. I like to give him the benefit of the doubt. I liked him before his fucking breakout on Talking Smack. I'm not sure if this was the right move to do at this point in time until Raw happened. Now I'm like, oh yes, I'm down. And I think it's because I feel like they've given so much to Drew that Drew dropping it to Miz just seemed a little premature. And it seemed like something that should happen in fucking September or October, not in fucking WrestleMania season. It's like, oh shit, the Miz did a lame cash in, and now he's gonna be main event at WrestleMania against who? I don't know, man. I'm not sure about this booking. I'm a little iffy on it. But if that led to, Miz and Lashley and Strowman all doing this big thing, which honestly I didn't know Strowman versus Lashley is something that I needed until I saw it. Yeah, that was a lot of fucking beef, and it gave Lashley a spotlight that I haven't seen put on him since Impact, where he's like, oh shit, he is a beast, but you forget that he also is a little bit athletic. So when he's going up somebody bigger than him, it's still impressive how much he could actually pull off. And like, I've really enjoyed this way more than I've enjoyed him against any of these other people that are mostly smaller than him. So I was like, okay, cool. I want to see them too. And, you got Godzilla versus Kong, and then you have fucking Jigglypuff, Miz in between both of them. And it's like, oh, poor little Jigglypuff, but the Jigglypuff winds up winning. Like,
don't sleep on Jigglypuff because he'll make you sleep.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. So I'm weirdly intrigued by this, even though I still feel like somehow, some way, this has got to lead to Drew getting another shot at Mania. But I don't know. I mean, we still got Fastlane to go through.
He doesn't like that it happened 2 months before Mania. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree.
Okay.
I think it was actually the good timing. Given that point of, we all got to the point. Well, for me, I got to the point that I see Miz as right now a transition, and it's a good time to do that because you don't want to bury Sheamus right now because you want to build up that story between McIntyre and Sheamus. So if you want a big blockbuster size kind of main event, you're not bringing Brock in. You need somebody else, and the closest thing to Brock that's that athletic and muscle wise, I do see Lashley being there. So seeing the Miz cash in after it, I'm like, all right. When I saw it happen, I'm actually okay with it. Just because of that little scene before where he's talking to MVP. And that's what got me of, oh, shit. And then when that happened, I started seeing videos of people posting like MVP said it to him months prior of, when you lose the belt, I'm going to have something to do with it. And he did. So that's why I was like, all right, you got me with the story. McIntyre is obviously going to chase after whoever's got the belt, and that's hopefully after Fastlane, it's Lashley. So for me, it's like, okay, you got me hooked. So I'll be invested to go into Raw and seeing, especially this week's Raw, that as soon as I saw Lashley pick up Strowman with that running, I was like, all right.
Yep.
I do want to see that match.
Yes,
now.
I do want to see it.
I want to see it.
Yeah, as much as I don't like Strowman all that much, Strowman and Lashley, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of dig it. Yeah. Jojo in the live chat just said Fatal 4-Way. You know, all the beef plus Miz and Drew.
I wouldn't.
No? Okay.
I would have the beef and Miz. So, but I'd have the 4 of them. So I'd have Lashley, Strowman, Sheamus, and the Miz. And Drew's waiting in the wings for his rematch clause.
So Sheamus
he
is
gets the
Drew.
win.
Okay.
So he gets the win. So he's in there.
Because if you don't have Lashley, you could continue building up that Sheamus story with friends headlining.
And that's the other reason why I also disagree with you.
Okay.
And this is not that I'm saying they copied it, but you saw how good it did New Japan last year when Jay White out of nowhere beat Ibushi for the title shot that Ibushi won at G1. Was it a month and a half before Wrestle Kingdom? Yeah. And then we're all like, well, what the fuck's gonna happen? Not you weren't paying that much attention.
Yeah, because Jay White fucking sucks.
Then
at that time. Yeah, at that time.
But we knew it was like that's ballsy. That to risk something like that. And I mentioned it back in the day when it was me, you, and Whitey, that I would love to see someone cash in a Money in the Bank like 2 weeks before Mania or 1 week before Mania, just to really be like, oh fuck, what the hell's going on? So the fact that Miz did it around this time, I bet you we wouldn't have any interest on the Raw title right now if it weren't for Miz cashing in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you need a credible heel. And
yeah.
Who's right now? Which one of the superstars do you think could get more heat instantly?
Get heat, Miz. The most credible will probably be Lashley.
Credible in the ring would be Lashley, but you're looking at a merger between the Peacock app and WWE Network 4 weeks before WrestleMania, and you got a guy that's hosting like 2 different shows on top of being on this Monday Night Raw show. Mm-hmm. So he's the guy that you want on all the talk shows. You want him showing off that belt like he did 10 years ago to get all the casual people that don't know what a Bad Bunny is to at least be like, I remember that guy. I've seen him before. His wife's got a rack, or his parents are crazy, or he's an idiot. Something. They'll know him. They won't know casuals won't know what a Lashley is. They'll look at McIntyre like, what? But the Miz right now, he's the guy to have that belt on. Even if we do end up with the Miz versus McIntyre in Mania, I want McIntyre to do to Miz what he did to Brock. 3 minutes, seek and destroy, vámonos. That's it. But if it changes before then, if it's Lashley, which I would like for it to be Lashley, dude. Yeah, I'm all in for it. Yeah.
I just hope he uses that same package that promo video he used when he was first champion. I like that aspect that he was just sitting behind those screens.
Oh yeah,
and you're hearing the "You hate me now."
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Oh man. What'd you think of the whole situation with Sammy Guevara? Do you know what's going on with the Sammy Guevara stuff?
Not fully. Like, I know some of what's going on. Like, he left and he was going to be collaborating in part of the shit with Impact, but he had creative differences with what they were going to do, and he just chunked the deuce.
Pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
They were going to stick him with the Decay.
Okay.
And he didn't think that idea made any sense. So he was trying to pitch his own ideas. And one of them was that he would take the X Division strap, bring it to Impact. Bring it to AEW. Yeah. And then Impact would have an interim tournament to crown an interim champ. And then that interim champ would just keep calling out Sammy that he's not legit until he beats Sammy. And that's because the forbidden doors are all open now.
Yeah.
So we've got Impact, New Japan, and fucking AEW, like just doing all kinds of shit, and a lot of worry was going on when it was like, oh man, everything's going good. Why the fuck does Sammy of all people have to be the one to like throw a monkey wrench in it? But as like things started coming out of what happened, I kind of agree with Sammy. Him and the Decay for what little Impact I've been watching lately, it makes no sense whatsoever. It wouldn't have done him any favors.
They ended up giving that spot to Taurus. From
which
AAA.
I think is a great fit for him, man. Like he looks good in that group.
They needed a monster, so that's perfect.
Yeah,
but yeah, I saw that. He's been off TV for what, 2 weeks,
3 weeks. Which that segment was so fucking good. I don't know if we went into too much detail about it, or if you even noticed the little nuance at the end, where Sammy was in the ring. He says he's quitting. He's leaving the group. He walks up to the ramp. He stares at the heel entrance, and then he stares at the face entrance, and he walks out the face entrance.
Did you see the promo after?
Yeah, they caught him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With them, him and Proud and Powerful, right?
No, it was just him by himself.
No, there was another video with him and Proud and Powerful.
I missed
Santana
that.
Ortiz. They go up to him and it's like, what are you doing? You know, we were in a circle. I'm like, no, it's not it. You know what? Everything is lost. You used to be the face of the. You used to be our tag team, and you're not even there. You're not even our tag team anymore. So what makes you? So I'm out, and he just leaves. And they put the camera on Proud and Powerful, and they're looking at each other like, shit, he's right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. I could see the fact, them leaving, probably joining Sammy, which honestly, after this, was it last week's match between Proud and Powerful
and the Bucks? Yeah, now it makes
was,
sense that they got that shot because of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a really good match. It was. It reminded me of why they were a big deal when they first came in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, they are lost in the shuffle when they're with the inner circle.
Yeah.
We started focusing more on MJF and Jericho, and then even just the thought of having Sammy Hagar,
Sammy Hagar. Oh my God.
Have you been watching the Raw stuff the last couple of weeks?
Raw? Yeah.
Raw?
Yeah.
Thumbs up or thumbs down on the whole Lacey Evans Ric Flair stuff?
Thumbs down. It's
Are you glad it's done?
Yeah.
Praise be to her husband, her
Yes.
actual husband,
Yes.
that knocked her up, and now
Yeah.
she's on the
He
sidelines.
busted a nut for all of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a bit of all of us in Lacey.
Yeah.
Just as we hoped it would be. Yeah.
No, I mean the Flair and Lacey stuff was cringy as it is, and I'm glad that it's over, but we still have more cringe coming out with that promo with Charlotte and Rick, where they're like trying to
Grow the brand.
salvage the end of that storyline, but like making it like, I don't know, it just seemed like Rick was fucking gaslighting fucking Charlotte, and I don't know, it was just dumb and cringy, and I just hope that they leave all this shit behind them and we just move on.
For the shit I like to give WWE, which I do often, they at least did us a favor by completely pulling the plug on the Murphy underage Mysterio storyline without really much of an explanation.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would have done the same thing on Raw with Rick and Charlotte, because I didn't even before COVID, I didn't think I needed to see Rick on my television anymore. And now risking him every week on Raw in this stupid storyline in the pandemic we're in now, a new variant in New York City, which is probably worse than what we've had so far, and we're still pulling this guy out to be on television on a storyline that only one person likes. And you know who it is.
It's good shit, man.
Well, goddamn, pal.
Good fucking shit.
Well, two people. Kevin Dunn,
Kevin
right?
Dunn.
What would Kevin Dunn react to the end of that storyline?
Well, Kevin Dunn always likes these kind of sexy storylines, because you got Ric Flair, who's, he's been banging all kinds of chicks. I kind of hope that I grow up to be Ric Flair when I'm, 74, however old he is, just banging all these chicks a quarter of his age. A quarter. Yeah. See, it's funny because usually the saying is a girl half his age, but with Rick, it's a quarter. Yeah.
Tough economy.
Yeah. Well, not for them, it ain't. Yeah. I'm Kevin Dunn.
I was about to ask him about Bianca Belair winning.
Kevin can only do one segment per show, guys. Sorry.
He got paid in IOUs too.
Yeah, he did.
I'm sure y'all are going to give me the answer that I'm expecting, but I'm going to just throw it out anyway. Bigger signing, Taya Valkyrie to WWE or Paul White to Impact?
Paul White
to AEW.
To AEW.
Paul
White.
AEW.
Yeah. As much as I love the fact that Taya Valkyrie is going to be in WWE, Taya's cool. She's a great wrestler. I really like her work. This is the big show. Paul, has been around wrestling shit, man, forever. Like, 30 years? Some bullshit like that. And yeah, when he went from WCW to WF at the time, It was a big deal. Now he's going from WWE to AEW. That really means something. I think there's just more weight to it, so to speak.
I thought you did it.
Yeah, the experience factor for me. There's a couple of big men, and it was funny because I was listening to Busted Open Radio.
Hi.
And they were talking to Lance Archer. And right when in the middle of that interview, the news broke.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Dreamer and Dave Lagara talking to him. And when they announced that, Archer went into promo straight up.
Wow.
I was the biggest man there. Now it was like Tommy's like, now you're not. You got another person here.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, if he decides to step in the ring, I'm all game. I really want to see who wins the battle of the big men.
I'm very optimistic because for everybody that likes to crap on the main product and to crap on Big Show in general, if there's a rough in his career, which his career would be, the biggest diamond he had, in my opinion, was that year and a half that he was the ECW champion under Paul Heyman. And for as big as the Big Show was at that time physically, there were moves we hadn't seen from him. His attitude was redefined, and he came across like a big money fighter. He came across legitimate, like he could legitimately hurt you. And he reveled in the fact that nobody wanted him in ECW, and then they gave him the belt because already got high, and he just used that for more fuel to motivate that machine, and he fucking knocked it out of the. To me, he knocked it out of the fucking park. So being unbound by the WWE rules and just letting him be himself, that's one thing. I've seen enough of him on documentaries and in interviews that him being himself on commentary will probably be better than anything he does in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Him being backstage training the big guys, him being on the mic on commentary will probably do a lot more for that company than him being in the ring would be, especially if they keep him minimal. Like don't whore him out like WWE did at one point towards the end.
Lesnar-esque.
Yeah, Lesnar-esque. Yeah. The issue that I'm having now with AEW as the big fan that I have been and still am is it's got the pieces, but it's not together. There's 3 different AEWs.
Okay.
Last week, AEW Dynamite was live. So when it's live, it's boom, 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 boom. You don't have time to marinate anything. You move on to the next piece. Sting got powerbombed. Oh my God! Next on the show is such and such, and blah 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 blah. Last night, Dynamite was taped. So Dynamite, if you didn't notice, it was a lot more heavier on the promos, a lot more backstage segments. The announcers were at like 60% capacity as far as their excitement was. Like when there were near falls, they didn't even react to them. They just kept talking. They just kept going through their story. They just kept doing that. And then the third piece is what they do on Dark, where 80% of those matches are squash matches so that the next level of guys get their shine and so that you know who they are and what they're capable of. Scorpio Sky's done some badass promos on Dark that should have been seen in front of 800,000 people on television on Wednesday. And there's squash matches that get people over like Will Hobbs before he showed up in Team Taz.
Yeah.
There's 3 different pieces to Dynamite. If you put all 3 of those pieces together on a good 2-hour show, nothing WWE can produce on any day of the week can touch it.
Okay.
But right now, it's 2 different shows on Wednesdays. Then there's a fucking marathon of fucking 14, 16 matches on Dark. And now they're bringing Big Show for a 3rd fucking show on Monday, an hour before Raw.
Yeah.
Which is
even I think that's overkill.
Yeah.
Unless they're phasing out the Tuesday Dark show and splitting that, putting some of the squash stuff on Dynamite and putting some of the promos and the younger stuff. Varsity Blondes are fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, they are.
The Acclaimed are winning me the fuck over. Top Flight, there's some good young talent there. But fuck, man, they need to find a way to put all the pieces in the right spot. And right now, it's all, to me, it looks like it's all scattered. It's hard to keep track of. Like Scott was messaging me that night. We've been to a lot of AEW shows together, and he's like, man, last night was shit. I never heard him say that. I was like, I don't even know you anymore. Shit.
So I don't want to move too far away from the Big Show talk until we actually address this, which JoJo even brought up. Shaq and Big Show.
He's been wanting that match for a
Shaq's
while.
been getting in shape. I've seen some videos
Shaq
online.
is apparently going to wrestle next week.
Mhm.
I mean, sure, it's going to be a
Save that,
squash match.
And I'm pretty sure Paul White is showing up next week too.
The problem is Paul White is not going to debut on commentary until the new show airs on March 15th. Revolution is next Saturday. So there's no way next Sunday. It's hard to get used to. There's no way that on 6 days build, they're going to add, or 4 days build, Wednesday through Revolution, that they're going to make Big Show versus or Paul White against Shaq without any publicity, without anything. There's probably saving that for All Out.
No,
I can see that.
I think they're gonna. For me, if you want to introduce a show and have viewers, put it on that new show.
It's on YouTube. It's not on television. There's no point to that.
Yeah, then all that.
The only
You
other
still want to get views.
the only other thing I can
Just
think
because
of,
we don't get views.
we get views singular. The only other thing I can think of, the reason that they're having this Shaq match on Dynamite next week is because it's All-Star Week for the NBA.
Oh.
So I would if they're gonna do Shaq versus Paul White, I'd save that for like the week of the NBA Finals, where the most people are watching basketball, and Shaq is doing the pregame, midgame, postgame shows every night on TNT. That's when you have. Oh, by the way, I'm the biggest athlete ever that thinks he's the biggest athlete. I'm wrestling him this week or whatever.
Yeah.
On Dynamite, if you can't wait till All Out, I would think so. There's no way they're gonna fast track that without any kind of problem.
Robert, welcome.
Took you a while.
Yes.
Fool.
He's in the live chat. He says this in regards to Big Show or Paul White. As long as he's not jobbing out to Orange Cassidy in a month.
You shut your whore mouth. Big Show, Paul White is big. If he can't see the orange he's about to step on and slips and falls, Orange can get a roll up. Cassidy can get a roll up.
Oh man, that'd be quite a win for Orange Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That would be pretty cool though. Since they have access to the whole TNT kind of stuff, one of them showing up to that sports center or that studio where they have to cut a promo. That'd be nice. But yeah.
Worst injury: tearing your pectoral muscle like Hiromu Takahashi, or having a tooth knocked out like Asuka did for Shayna Baszler.
Ouch. I would say probably the pec, because the tooth you could get easier access to fix. You know, the pec is invasive surgery if you have to get surgery on it. A tooth, you open up your mouth, let an orthodontist get in there, shove it back in, and do whatever they gotta do, right? Or put in an implant. Now, which hurts worse? I don't know. They probably both hurt as shit. So I go with the one that's probably easier to fix.
Career-wise, the pec for me, because he just came back, and now he's out for 6 months.
Yeah.
And that's your junior heavyweight. So
Yeah,
what the hell?
the belt. He just recently gave up the belt too, a couple days ago. The pec, you could possibly rehab that without surgery, depending on the tear. I don't know if you guys have had this, but just having a cavity to an exposed nerve in your tooth, hurts your jaw, hurts your nose, hurts your brain, hurts your head, hurts your hair, hurts everything. Says the guy that just came back from the dentist a couple of days ago with some amoxicillin and some Vicodin for a goddamn root canal. The tooth hurts more than the pec.
Okay,
I would think the tooth hurts more than the pec.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish either of them on my worst enemy. Maybe one of them on my worst enemy. Not both at once.
Not both at once.
One person.
Yeah.
One at a time.
One for one enemy, the other for the other.
Yeah.
Then they could switch.
Yeah, so I'll let you pick which one you want first, and then I'll give Abel the other one.
This is why he was asking our opinion.
I'll take the tooth. I'm already. Yeah. That doesn't really hurt me. So
that sounds like a challenge. I'm gonna think It's been a couple of weeks. You got some.
Luis, welcome.
Oh shit!
Luis Rodriguez. I don't know. Is this somebody? That's your cuz.
My
That's what it is. I knew it was somebody that we knew.
So that's your worst enemy. You're making him watch us.
They should make Big Show go on a tear and not be a babyface. No one wants a babyface giant. Really? I don't know. Big Show's sometimes nice as a face.
Well, that's that running joke of how many times can Big Show flip.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that too, yeah. It's been a couple of weeks. You got some candidates for match of the week?
Dude, maybe. I need refreshers, to be honest.
Can I help you?
Yeah, please.
Takeover, Balor versus Dunn.
Yeah.
MSK against Grizzly Young Veterans.
Yeah.
That was some good shit.
That was.
The next Wednesday, Serena Deeb against Riho.
oh,
Yeah.
That was
okay.
good. A couple of days later, the Smackdown Elimination Chamber with all the ROH guys and Corbin.
Yeah, that was really good, actually. I really like that chamber.
Last night, Nyla Rose against Britt Baker. Surprised the fuck out of me because they're two heels.
Yeah.
And for some reason, AEW did that better than WWE's, for the most part, has ever done, trying to do heel versus heel shit. Today, Pretty Deadly beat Gallus for the NXT UK tag titles. That was old school 80s NWA tag team wrestling with some British strong style mixed in. That was fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pretty Deadly is a team that you just look at, you just want to laugh at them and hate them. Yeah. They remind me of old school Edge Christian.
What about the women's championship match from NXT?
I liked it. It didn't. That was the one match that didn't go over too long out of all the 5 matches that they had. It was good. I wasn't expecting it to be great, so it didn't really exceed my expectations at all. But I don't really have anything negative to say about the match in general. I just
see. I don't know if it's just my infatuation with Tony Storm, but I was just watching. I was just watching this match like
you just park your chin on it, man. Just like
see. Yeah, just like
ask her for a Brixton steamer.
Sounds like his OnlyFans shit.
or the Manchester Madness.
I don't care what you call it. Just give it to me. God damn.
Tastes like your feet smell. Here's my problem with NXT.
All right.
It lost its edge to me. And I don't mean the actual wrestler. The brainwashing is trickled down to the NXT brand.
Oh.
The thing that stood out the most, and I'm not trying to give this guy too much credit, Morrow was not like Michael Cole.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But Vic Joseph
is a lot like Michael Cole.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've watched there's this show, the company that does the Hot Ones show.
Okay.
With the Wings. They have other shows and they're on Complex TV or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was a show where this girl and Asuka were in a sushi place trying new sushi. And they asked Asuka how she got into pro wrestling. And Asuka said that when she was younger, she would actually hear it on the radio. And it got me to thinking, when you listen to Mauro Ranallo commentate, he describes moves. He has inflection in his voice. He reacts the way we would react. He would act like us if he was the 4th person on our couch watching last year's match of the year picks with us. You could listen to him and you can imagine what's going on. I don't get that with the NXT group anymore. Wade Barrett's already been watered down. Beth Phoenix, they don't even give her the chance to be the Renee Young and just like say, fuck the establishment. I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. The only glimmer I got of that was the promo where MSK are in the corner and she's eating popcorn with them and she's all like,
that was
the first time.
That was
the first time in Beth's entire career that I cared about watching Beth Phoenix on television.
She showed charisma.
Yes, she never had that. Even with her poses and her diva, none of that stuff. She never had that until that segment with MSK. And we can't even get her on television. We can't even get that personality on the microphone. And she's there now. She's not doing it via satellite. That commentary team highlights what the rest of the brand is, which is like a low-level feeder system for Raw and SmackDown, which technically it is, but they built up such a reputation of being anti-WWE that it's starting to lose its luster to me. And that's what NXT UK is now. NXT UK is the guy that isn't so much like Michael Cole. He still has his moments where he goes, "Oh my word," like 16 times during the main event. But Nigel reins him in. Nigel's that voice, that unfiltered voice of experience, like JBL. JBL on SmackDown, he didn't hold back shit, even if it made himself look bad. But that's the kind of stuff that you would want from your cover, from Heenan, from Perfect, from JBL, from Taz back in the day when it was Taz and Cole on SmackDown.
Yeah,
that's what you get now with Nigel. You don't get that with Barrett that much. And you can't really bounce that far off of Vic Joseph either, which sucks because I preferred Vic Joseph on Raw when him and Brennan and Lawler first got the rub. I was like, this is different. But but that Vic Joseph wasn't the Vic Joseph we got now. That Vic Joseph's been watered by the Michael Cole pot, and now he sounds just like everybody else.
He seems like a Cole clone.
Yeah. And they're if WWE is going mad on hiring talent, I would bend over backwards to sign Morrow. Other than any wrestler, again, I would sign Morrow and have him back on the commentary team and have him liven that shit up.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed, not because I don't want Morrow back, but because
he doesn't.
He doesn't, and I don't think WWE has a good working environment for him. While, he's different, he needs to be nurtured to be different, right? Yeah. And WWE doesn't nurture differences, so to speak, right? Like, if you're going to be different, it's because you're going to be defiant and a badass to be different. You're not going to be like, oh, hey, be yourself, man, but put your own spice on it. I trust you. Like, WWE doesn't do that
anymore.
WWE is like, you're going to do it my way or the highway, and then you have to just have bigger cojones to say, fuck you, I'm going to do it my way. Yeah. Oh, okay. You got to have a pissing contest. Yeah. That's not Morrow. He's really good at what he does if you let him do what he does and you nurture that. You let him be who he is. You encourage him to be who he is. And you work with his mental issues and his anxiety issues if you work with it. But if you're trying to fucking bully your way into him being what you want him to be, he's going to do what he did, which is leave, So.
I wouldn't mind hearing Morrow again back in New Japan.
Yeah.
Hearing him call that match of Nakamura Ibushi.
I started watching boxing again because he was on the mic.
Yep.
And he don't even fucking wrestle. He don't even fight. He don't even swing. And I'm paying to listen to Morrow.
Yeah.
That says something.
There was a lot of people that were digging on Morrow before he left because they kept talking about how he would overly use pop culture references, right?
I think the dig on him was that he was overusing time that it felt like the Morrow show and not a 2-man or a 3-man show.
He was overtaking it.
It was overtaking it. But at the same time, if the people around you don't have that same pickup, when it was him and Nigel by themselves, they ran it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But then when you add in Percy Watson, he
Percy, yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
Where is Percy?
I have no idea. And then part of that other thing with Morrow is the people behind him. Just to throw the analogy out there, one of my favorite documentaries is Who Killed the Electric Car. General Motors came out with an electric car, but they didn't want to be in the business of electric cars, because if this car is clean, then why aren't our other cars and trucks clean? Same thing with Morrow. If we let Morrow go this far, then why can't he go that far? Why can't she go that far? Why can't they go that far? So the top has chop it off from the head and be like, nope, it's my way. Because the things with NXT that I don't like, I get the impression, I'm probably naive saying this, but I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's something that comes from Triple H's hand. I think it's coming from Vince's hand, because that's stuff that I think Vince would do because he's done that on the main roster. I don't think Morrow's issue would be with Triple H. If Triple H was the one in charge, Morrow would probably be back in a heartbeat.
True.
But it's probably the ultimate booker. He's like, nope, no, that's it. This isn't working. We have our people in our PC that are asking me why we can't do it like Morrow does it. I don't want people to do it like Morrow does it. I want them to do it how I want to do it, or how Cole does it. Because they kept Cole around. JR's not there. JR was there for how long?
He was there for enough.
In and out.
Yeah.
Luis says that he loves hearing him in boxing.
Oh, yeah. You want to fill in any blanks? Match of the weeks? Good shit.
I'm actually on board with the SmackDown chamber.
I'm on board with that too.
Yeah.
That's probably the best match from that pay-per-view, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Because overall, I'm big on story, and they managed to freaking crisscross all the stories, and that whole chamber made sense the way they played it out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, for me, it caught my attention. Of Cesaro actually showed me how much of a technical wrestler he is by pinpointing Bryan's knee.
Yeah.
And everybody started catching on to that. Because it's like Cesaro, was it Corbin came in, messed up his knee. Uso came in, kind of did the splash on that knee.
Mm-hmm.
They were all targeting that knee. And then towards the end, when Cesaro did the whole Cesaro swing,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't grabbing by two legs. He
grabbed that one knee.
Yeah. And then that was a cool swing.
That was like, okay.
And then instead of the sharpshooter, he did that single leg crab, right?
Yeah.
With that bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I like the whole point of it was weird because I noticed it on that match, and then it kind of was emphasized on the last match, which was the Raw one. The chamber where Uso was at, they were more methodical. If you pay attention to the SmackDown one, all the people in the chambers, they were all standing, being kind of like active. Jay wasn't.
Jay was sitting his ass down.
He was sitting down, and he wasn't even focusing on the match. He was just focusing on the light. They would come and smash it. He wouldn't even turn. He was that focused.
And then Sheamus was in there with his back turned.
Sheamus turned his back, and he was just like leaning on the glass and just.
But he had the advantage because he knew he was last, so he didn't have to worry about who was next. He just knew that the refs would tell him it's time because there's nobody left. There's nobody left.
Hey, guess who has power? Fucking Scott. Scott the Scott, what's up, bro?
Oh, he's had power. He hasn't had water.
Oh.
He had 18 different pipes bust under his
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But he's Scottish. He doesn't drink water anyway. He only drinks beer. So he's fine.
He'll be fine.
He said, so you mean the ROH chamber match?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. That's the match. That's the match we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll run with it. That's my match of the week.
Fuck it. That's mine too.
Anything more than that?
I mean, maybe
is it not in your gut, or do you need to watch it again because you've had a long couple weeks?
Yeah, it was a hell of a year these past couple of weeks.
Yeah. I've had a good run.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in it. We'll come back in a couple of weeks.
Oh, Scott says he's got water and beer.
Aha!
You need water to make beer. So,
yeah. Is he talking about Bud Light or what?
That's not
That's water.
Nah,
that's water.
It's better than Corona. It's like I don't like drinking my own piss.
You have to quarantine for 2 weeks if you drink Corona.
Yeah.
Right, because that's a fresh joke.
Right. You still don't look as bad as Ted Cruz in Mexico.
Fucking, I didn't know Margarita.
Responsible, goddamn.
Margaritaville is in fucking Cancun.
Shit, there's one in Humble.
No.
So this Wednesday, All-Star Week for NBA. So Dynamite card. So NXT had their knee-jerk reaction, which is happening this Wednesday. So far, that's been announced. I need to double check it, but so far, the only 2 matches that have been announced so far are the 2 title shots from the Dusty Cup. Mm-hmm. So we have MSK going up against Team 1-2, only Lurkin and Danny Burch. Give me a number.
6. I don't really care right now about Oni and Birch.
Okay.
And I think they're gonna win because no, you know what? MSK will win. I'll be happy when they win, but I don't care about the match.
I got it at 8. 1-2 kind of lost their steam for me when old boy left. What's his name?
McAfee.
Yes, that was their mouthpiece.
Yeah.
So that's what hyped me up. Of shit, this is a team to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Right now that they don't have a mic piece, Dunn doesn't even talk a lot. So
yeah,
I was like, all right.
He just does this.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I got into that.
I'm at an 8.5. Possibly a 9.
Oh.
It's your typical contrast of styles. You got the high flyers and the white high boys, and then you got Team 1-2 that are gonna beat the hell out of you with their fists. On paper, it could steal the show for both shows between Dynamite and NXT.
Could it? Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting what I got with MSK and Grizzled Young Veterans, and that match was fucking good.
Yeah.
I have to watch that one.
Yeah, you should. I think I got MSK winning, not because I want to, but I don't know what other face teams would be there left for Team 1-2.
They don't need any face teams. If they lose the title, they can go away and just keep being Pete Dunne's little lackey. And then McAfee will come back at some point, and they could be his lackey. They'll be the lackey's lackey.
Okay, I got MSK winning.
Yeah.
And Beth's cheering him on the sideline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eating popcorn.
Eating popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler against Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, way. Hector.
I got that on a 9. The beef. Of course.
Beef! That's Wagyu right there.
Lady beef.
Wagyu, yeah.
Lady beef. Ooh.
And then the other point that I thought it was funny is when Raquel said, I'm going to grab that boot and shove it
Up your hole.
right after the whole, my whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, all right, you got me. You made me laugh. All right.
I'm gonna go with the 7. God damn it. I don't know what it is, but just out of nowhere, I'm just like fucking in love with Raquel. Oh.
You can't have her, she's mine.
Oh.
You wouldn't know what to do with all that.
Oh man. No. I wouldn't do anything with her. She just do whatever she want with me. Like I don't need to know what I do with all that. She'd show me.
I think he's going to take your OnlyFans account for that one.
My username is Pequeño Ciclón. My password is...
That's what she's going to be doing to him. What are they going to do?
Not Pepe Pequeño?
Antonio Picante.
Ah.
So, of course, let me bring some levity, if I haven't already done so, to the conversation by doing this.
Aye.
The size of Nia's hole.
10.
Right there. There's just one small worry that I have.
So wouldn't that put you at 9.5 instead
Nope.
of 10? Oh, okay.
That kept me from an 11 because again, Raquel and
Aye.
Dakota has to take pictures.
Yes.
So let's throw Nia in there at the end. So
Poor Shane is not involved at all.
she'll be busy doing other things. I don't have any more teeth to lose, so Shayna's can't do nothing for me.
Robert, call me disturbed because I'm down with the thickness.
I mentioned how AEW did heel versus heel really well.
Right.
Are we really going to go heel versus heel in this match, or is this the time to somewhat turn Raquel and Dakota Kai tweener? Maybe babyface?
for this match.
After that promo where she made fun of Nia's hole, they're not. At least Raquel's not a heel in my eye.
I mean, she made Hector laugh. I
It
giggled.
made me laugh, but Dakota brought me back on the heel aspect. When she said, I'm not the same person that I was before.
Yeah.
That's babyface too.
Well,
That could be considered babyface too.
But
babyface or heel, that's a really great sub storyline
Yeah,
going into
yeah.
that match.
That's what, for me, I still consider that a heel. Because even at a babyface, as a heel, if you're a bad person and another bad person comes to you and kind of talks you down, are you going to show them you're the good person of that, or are you going to show them how much of a bad person you are?
I think you're showing some. I'm trying to find the right word for it, but you're standing up for yourself by showing up to a bully that bullied you before. That you're not that same pipsqueak that you were before. That's a facey reaction. That's facey to me.
Unless you're just trying to out bad the big bad.
That's what I think that Dakota's going to end up doing.
I would
I
hate
don't
for
know.
all that build just for Dakota to lose again to Shayna like normal, break her arm or whatever. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that Dakota and Raquel win it.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Maybe if the match is, again, it's low key. If the match is good, I can't believe I'm saying this. Rematch at WrestleMania.
I mean, what the hell else are they doing with the
need,
tag titles?
We need more
The women's
girls
tag
on the
titles.
card.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't even have a girls' chamber.
No.
You know, so you need to give the girls some love.
You know, and I think that if they have the belts, the NXT girls, if they have the belts, I think that's going to be good for what they're trying to build with K&K, Kalamazoo and Kalamazoo, whatever the fuck they're called.
The Michiganders.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because they're trying to establish them as a team, but they're not in a program with Raquel and Dakota, right? They're in a program with Xia Li, but Xia Li's just one chick with the other dude and the scary chick on the throne. So cool. Let's build up more girls with more tag teams. And if you have the fucking champs there, like that's good for their division. And then you know, the champs can go out to Raw and SmackDown too, and that's good for NXT exposure during WrestleMania season.
And the other part of that is synergy.
Okay.
Again, NXT is going to be on demand the next day on the Peacock Network.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to have your pay-per-view, your big show of the year on Peacock, or casuals that don't have the WWE Network but have Peacock, have access to WrestleMania, you want them to see new faces that they could see on Thursday night on their on-demand. Maybe even move it to Wednesday night live on the Peacock app with all this stuff that's going on with the sports on USA. They might lose their time slot. If you're going to wind up moving Peacock live, NXT live on Peacock every Wednesday, you want these new audience, the new audience you have exposure to be familiar with some of the people on NXT. So I'm expecting Balor defending against Karrion Kross at Mania. I'm expecting a rematch of this match with the women at WrestleMania. I'm expecting Io Shirai to lose to Toni Storm at WrestleMania. If there's 2 nights and you got 17 matches total, you want people to know what the fucking NXT is. So you need to have some NXT exposure on that Mania. They were on the right path last year by having Charlotte win the Rumble and go after the NXT belt of all belts. Keep that momentum going. You want people to know what an Adam Cole is. And in this story, the casuals will they'll probably be hooked pretty easily to them.
Yeah.
So the NXT needs to have a lot of exposure, and I think this is going to be the snowball that starts gaining momentum.
That would have been a really good opportunity for this year since it was 2 nights. Thank you for reminding me. Obviously, they're going to split it up Raw and SmackDown.
They didn't do that last year. They mixed both.
But last year it was only 1 night, right?
No, last year was 2 nights. The pandemic. There was no takeover.
Yeah, it was 2 nights.
Oh shit!
Remember we had like
it's been a long couple weeks.
One cinematic
on each, right?
One cinematic match main event, and then the other,
But when the main titles weren't defended on the same night, right?
No.
So that's what I mean. Like they're gonna put the Raw side and then the SmackDown
the Raw
side.
belt and the SmackDown belt.
They're gonna split that up. Obviously, it would have been great. Have NXT and then NXT UK bring fucking Walter into Mania.
Oh,
that would have been nice.
Oh, I can only get so erect.
Robert's saying that he thinks Shayna's going to turn on Nyla.
It's been a long time coming, but there's still no.
Honestly, I like them as a group. Like they kind of won me over as a team. Like they would slowly, not so happily, but out of respect, they would get each other's backs. Now we saw the evolution of that. We went through the bad of Nia to get to the good of Nia with Shayna, and they play with each other they bounce off each other pretty well. And I think it's too soon.
One bounces off the other.
Neither of them complain, honestly, because they're still together. I don't see the turn happening anytime soon. No. Nah.
I'm glad Randy's not watching this episode today.
Yes. Who you got winning?
I want the NXT girls to win it.
Same here.
Same. Hopefully it goes that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Another match of the week candidate for me would be Cross versus
Escobar.
Escobar, thank you. I was gonna say Fantasma. But yeah,
I didn't watch any of NXT last night. I saw the reviews and they fought in the parking lot.
yeah, they fought.
They
Yeah,
started
yeah,
in the
around.
parking lot. They
Oh,
ended up in the ring.
That lost you because they were fighting in the parking lot.
I really don't get how Cross went to like Lee and Dijakovic and Balor and now all of a sudden he's with.
No.
Escobar.
See.
Help me.
Yes, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective, the wrong point of view. The perspective that you want to look at as is the perspective of Escobar coming up to that level. Oh no, yeah, that's where it is. Because I was thinking the same thing. It's like Karrion Kross is gonna kill this little fucking fool. But no, he's more of a badass than I thought he was, at least here. I mean, because I know King Cuerno and all that stuff, right? Like he was badass there, but he wasn't the same dude in NXT, right? But now it's like he's the boss. That's why he's got the little fucking lackeys, and he's big, bad, and tough. He's fucking Mr. X at the end of Streets of Rage 2. Like, I get it. Okay. Yeah, he's the badass that you didn't really oh, he's just some sort of fucking mafioso guy who needs his lackeys. No, he's not. He's a badass, and the reason why he has his lackeys because he could whoosh, put them into shape, and when they don't get shit done, yo voy a hacerlo, güey.
Who won?
Oh, I don't know.
Cross.
You just talked about who won.
Cross won,
Cross.
but it wasn't easy. Cross ended up coming out injured out of it.
Yeah, but it
Like
looked
he
good.
tried to do his pose, he couldn't lift his arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's selling it.
He's
selling it.
selling
I
it.
hope he was selling
Yeah.
it.
He's
No.
selling
If he gets hurt again, Vince will kick him out.
Santos Escobar looked good coming out of it.
I need to go back and
He looks
watch
like
it.
a contender. He looks like a contender now.
comedy aspect of that last night show. Old boy to the moon.
I read that. Yeah, he's
That
doing
one-
the $1 million man stuff. with the
Yeah,
basketball.
he's fucking it up.
He kept fucking it up towards the end. It's like bounce it. The guy bounces and won it. Ah, you ain't gonna beat me, $1 million man. That one, and then the story with Loomis right now is kind of hilarious. With what's it called? The Way.
Indy Hartwell and what's like Indy Hartwell? Well, he's kind of hot.
And the other one is like, he didn't do anything. You wanted me to hit him with a chair, but why? That's your job.
I think the part that I'm really invested in was the backstage segment with Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf.
Yes, with oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? This ain't you. You used to be a beast.
I forgot that those two were Insanity because they SmackDown ruined Sanity so bad. I forgot they were in a team.
Sanity. Bleh.
That'd be nice though.
Could you guys picture Killian Dane in Imperium?
I mean, is he European?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Why not?
He doesn't have the build, but neither does Wolf. But he played that role pretty well when he was in tag matches and doing solo stuff.
Yeah.
Wolf's match against Ilya in the summer was really good, I thought. But Killian just all that beef just hanging out when he does the pose. It's like
Walter coming in, chopping him in.
Oh Lord.
Hey,
God.
suck it up.
Dane and Walter.
Oh. Yeah.
Wrecking ball versus a freaking machine.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Cody and Red Velvet against Jane Cargill and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Go start riffing.
You know what, man? I think I'm kind of interested, but so we know what we have with Cody. The other three, we don't really. You know, Shaq is Shaq, so that's gonna have like the mainstream media thing. But to be honest, I don't really know what we have with Shaq in the ring. Like, is he gonna be fucking the Great Khali, or is he gonna fucking surprise us and be, you know, I don't know, like Floyd Mayweather when he was like wrestling the Big Show, right? Where he was, oh shit, he ain't that bad, you know, like he's actually doing stuff.
He told a good story.
Yeah, like is that what we're gonna get from Shaq? I don't know. Jade, I mean, she's easy to look at.
She's athletic.
She's athletic,
Former
but
ball player.
can she wrestle? I don't know. I really have no clue. So I'm interested because of the name value and the story so far. I'm intrigued, but I'm not expecting a whole match. But then again, I don't really know what to expect.
So what was your number?
Oh, 5, just because I don't know if I want to be at a 10 or at a 0. I have no idea. I'm splitting the difference at 5. I'll watch it. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but if I do like it, hey, I only rated it a 5, so I'm surprised.
Piggybacking on what you said right now,
Aye.
the Cody aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right. We already know what we're getting from Cody. Velvet, I've seen a couple of her matches in dark.
So have I.
She has some ring. She's athletic. I haven't seen that much from the other side, but when it comes to Shaq and then the acquisition of Paul White, who's the best giant that they had in the business right now?
Mm-hmm.
Who could give him the best pointers? Again, kind of like listening to the documentaries of Taker, what he would tell to the Giants, play it slow. I'm expecting to see that type of movement, that type of power off of Shaq.
Yeah.
But overall, I got this match at a 6 because I'm more hesitant towards the celebrity side than what the wrestler side could give. And obviously, I already know that Cody's going to carry the whole. Cody's side is going to carry the whole match, so it's going to be a pretty good sell.
Porsche says Shaq is stiff as fuck. Is he? How do you know?
Blue Chew, baby.
Oh, all right.
Honorary member of the Hurt Business.
Underground Hurt Business. Yeah. Hurt Business Underground.
I'm at a 6 too.
Pinche Blue Chew.
There's a lot of variables that worry me.
Oh yeah.
But the thing that worries me the most is that this is more fuel for people that dislike AEW, because this is another example of AEW not being an alternative to WWE, but an alternate WWE.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure if this is what I would have wanted. Then again, it's on Dynamite and not on a pay-per-view. So I'm not sure if that eases the pain a little. I can't hate on Shaq. He's a wrestling fan. He's been in multiple WrestleManias. He's been on WWE television. He's been working out in the ring for a while, on and off. So
I mean, this was rumored to happen 2 years ago.
Yeah, this isn't a nobody that they're just grabbing. And I don't want to say it in a bad way. This isn't Bad Bunny. You know, at least Bad Bunny right now is learning, but he wasn't learning before he showed up on television. Shaquille O'Neal's been learning for years already.
Something that Shaq and Bad Bunny do have a comment on the positive side is, though, they're both fucking fans.
Yeah.
So this isn't somebody that they just did a raw guest fucking.
It's not Snooki.
Guest general manager.
Oh,
yeah, when they just pulled whoever was in the headlines that month and just stuck them in the ring and didn't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
At least they're both fans, you know?
So I'm at a 6, and a part of me wants the result to exceed all my expectations. That's why I'm hitting a little low. Because like you said, Red Velvet's, I don't want to say this as a bad thing or too much of a good thing. She reminds me of Britt Baker in a sense that she has all the tools. She has all the tools, but she looks like she just needs more repetition. Same thing with Britt Baker. Her match with Nyla was great, but there were still some parts where you're like, she needs to be having matches like every other day. If not on television, at least like training somewhere so that all that stuff's fluid. There's the fluidity with Red Velvet's not there yet, but I could see that she's no slouch. Yeah. And she has fire. She has like, I think her personality is going to help carry the women's side between her and Jane. Hopefully Jane can take direction well, because Jane ain't leading shit in that match.
Where is that chick from, Red Velvet? Like, where did she come from?
I know she's training with the Nightmare Family, so that's where she's coming from. I guess.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, I thought we knew her from like something else. No? Okay. Speaking of knowing people from somewhere else, one of Booker's chicks got signed as part of that class at the Performance Center. Yeah. Aqua is what she went by in ROW. Right? Yeah, AQA. So cool. Yay, good for her.
Who you got winning?
Shaq's team, because that'll get the more eyeballs and headlines and all this and that. You can't have the fucking celebrity that you're trying to get people to watch your show lose.
And it'll get Big Show to have him pick on someone his own size.
Yeah, yes. And then that'll build Big Show versus Shaq, and it's like, oh shit, Shaq actually has some credibility, and it's Shaq versus the Big Show. Yeah.
You gotta also think about this, that from what I'm seeing, it's a great opportunity to start getting Cody off of TV because he's gonna take that time off when the kid is born.
Same
Yeah.
reason. Same
Mox
reason
is
my
good.
Moxie's gonna kill himself in this
Yeah.
match next week because he wants to be home with the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to fit. If he's gonna go out, put somebody over.
Oh yeah.
Old school mentality. So
Jojo says Bad Bunny is greater than Kevin Federline.
It's I know that's a funny joke, but hearing Pritchard's podcast,
the Featherline
the
one.
Fairline one, he put over Federline as being a pretty good guy too.
Yeah.
And he's also another fan. So
Yeah.
Here's one. 6-man tag. Jurassic Express versus FTR and a returning Tully fucking Blanchard. Hector, go.
I got that at an 8, just because I'm kind of like, okay, you have an old man. Let's just put it out there. Elephant in the room. You got an old man. You already know they're just gonna use that for that spike power driver. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh no, he is gonna punish his grandson, fucking Lil Diddley. What's his kid's name?
Lil
Marco
Diddley.
Stunt.
Little Diddley.
I want Marco to hurk around a Tully no sell it, pick him up and dump him on his head and break his neck. Yeah, no, Tully's gonna put a whooping on this poor boy. He's gonna lay him out like a line of coke and snort that motherfucker. Classic.
Who's older, Tully or Rick?
Dude.
They both look like they've been held back.
But that's the thing, that Tully hasn't wrestled in years. Rick, obviously, we know what he's done.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I mean,
And
this
who
could
he's
be
done.
a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat kind of situation.
That's what
what's
got
getting
me.
my hopes up.
That's
Yeah.
what got me right there. Is like,
And the times that Blanchard has been physical, he hasn't looked bad.
yes.
I'm not saying that he looked like he was from the 80s, but he didn't look bad. There's some old timers. You want to talk about Steamboat.
Mhm.
That tag match at 25, he was the only cognizant old timer in there. Everybody else felt like they were about to go extinct. after like a
One
arm
move,
drag.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon!
Yeah.
Dragon! Dragon!
They were looking like us walking up the stairs right now to come do the show. I heard you huffing and puffing while you were trying to connect shit on the computer.
I couldn't breathe with your feet, fool. Thank God you put them down on the floor. Fuck. I've never craved chili cheese Fritos this bad.
Nice.
But yeah, I got it at an 8 for me.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Uh-huh. 10. Get the fuck out of here. Puro pinche 10. Oh no, 5. 5. I'm at 5. It's an old man.
You're focusing on the wrong thing.
Oh, enlighten me,
We've
sir.
had a great story between Jurassic Express and FTR. You had Jungle Boy Jack Perry beat Harwood in a really good match, putting the kid over. You had the FTR cut the dude's horns off, and then he came back rejuvenated, harder than ever. Marco Stunt, he actually was kind of cognizant last night in that little promo he did. He actually came across like he actually knew what he was talking about. So the story for the story that has led to this match, I'm at a 10.
Okay.
What you gonna get?
I sure hope we don't get fucking another Misawa moment or Hiperaguayo moment. I want Tully to live.
I want him to live. Live, damn it, live.
Marco, on the other hand, he's had a good run.
Time to rip that bag open, a fun size.
Oh, God. Look at JoJo says he's at a 9.
Out of respect, I've got Tully pinning Marco for the 6-man tag. And then we get FTR Jurassic Express at Revolution the next 4 days after that. So yeah.
All right.
I agree with that.
Yeah, keep that going. In the end, the person that's winning off of all that is Jungle Boy. And I'm not hating that. Even if they
True.
lose on Wednesday, I'm not hating where they end up going. So I've got FTR winning. You agree?
Sure, why not?
I'm sure you're all in on that. 10-man tag.
Oh, chingo.
Matt Hardy, Private Party, the Hybrid 2. Should I say it? I'm going to say it. Against the Dark Order. Hangman, part of the Good, Bad, and the Hungry.
Uh-huh.
And then Evil Uno and Stu Grayson.
Yep.
5-on-5. I'm assuming you just knew about this match now. What do you think? What are you thinking?
8.
Where's that 8 coming from?
I kind of like Money Matt's new thing, and if it gives the Hybrid 2 something to do, I love Angelico and Evans, but they haven't really done a whole lot in AEW. They've been pretty much enhancement talent,
They're
and
botching a lot of shit.
Evans
is botching a lot of shit. I like Evans. I love Angelico.
Yeah.
Lucha Underground.
I've been going back and watching some of those matches.
Did you see the 6-man tag where he jumped off the ceiling of the office?
That's the one that I showed that to Blanca. Like, look, don't you miss that? She's like, why? And as soon as he saw it, they're like, we never got a chance to actually go over there and watch it live. I'm like, nope.
Neither did I.
Neither did I.
Those tickets were selling out like PWG tickets.
Yeah.
It's like,
And you would think if Lucha Underground could produce a show, or El Rey Network and Robert Rodriguez can produce a show in a fucking warehouse, that MLW would look better than it actually does, at least presentation-wise. Fuck, man. Come on. I'd rather MLW have it in the dark with just a spotlight over the ring and let them fucking wrestle. Accentuate the positives, fuck the negative.
Yeah.
Hell, fucking Evolve does it better.
The boxing match pay-per-view that had Tyson versus Roy Jones, that essentially was what it was. It was all dark. They had the LEDs on when they did entrances, but other than that, it was just the spotlight over the ring and you saw action. That's what MLW needs right now, especially since they're half Lucha Underground now.
Yes.
With the shit that they're pulling. 10-man match.
Yeah, I just want these guys to just do something. I want them to be more than enhancement talent. Give fucking Jack Evans a mic.
Dark.
Yeah.
The dark doesn't count.
That third show's coming.
I want to see it. I want to see it on Dynamite, on the actual show. Let fucking Evans actually talk.
For me.
Let Evans talk.
Dynamite.
Yeah. Give them a personality. Give them a program. Do something. Something. I'll go away.
I'm gonna be that guy on this one. I got a 10.
Wow.
I've been invested through being the elite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're all
Dynamite.
In. You're all in.
I'm all in. With this whole thing, because this has to be the freaking moment that Hangman just goes like, "Yeah, I'm in." Right now, they're still, from the last episode that I saw of being the elite, he's not in the Dark Order, but he'll hang out with them.
Yeah.
Here's my compromise. I don't want to see Hangman in any fucking mask. I want to see all the Dark Order wearing hats. Silver going full chapless.
Their last quote of being the Dark Order, when they first started, when Hangman said he wanted to join, but later on he didn't. Their quote was, now the new one where Hangman actually joined up with them, they all chanted Hangman fucks. So I'm like, all right, it's getting there.
And every other week there's Dark Order segments and Hangman's with them.
Yeah,
right. I've seen the still shots on when I scroll down on YouTube. Like, oh man, that's 3 more minutes of my life I have to invest.
That's why for real, this one got me out of 10.
They need to move Dark on Monday and just show Being the Elite on television. Just show it, dude.
Put those skits on TV plus a couple of matches here and there.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah,
but yeah. Plus the chemistry right now with the good, the bad, and the hungry. The way they showed up on that was it the 6-man?
Yeah.
They had really good chemistry for me. And then just seeing how Dark Order handled themselves in that 8-man tag with was that
the Huber's memorial show?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, that was with Hangman. No, there was another one the week after. That Silver went up.
That's right.
And then
yeah.
They did what's it called? The
fatality.
The fatality. They led it into the fatality, and then just see. Imagine that, and then just seeing Hangman doing the buckshot. That's just like, all right.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
I'm there.
Fuck, man. I just gave a 10 to fucking the old people. Fucking
Otro 10, güey.
yeah, I'm not as all in as you. I haven't had the Blue Chew yet, but still, I'm sticking to my gun that I've been watching AEW first live on Wednesday. Even if it's not live, I watch AEW first, so I'm just as invested. Not as much money, but I'm as invested. So, and that's part of the reason why I want to go to Revolution. So that's one of the main reasons that's keeping me watching that show when I do. So,
and then the follow up from last night, Matt Hardy saying, "I'm gonna take them out one by one," and he started with 5.
Yeah.
And if you follow Being the Elite, everybody hates 5.
If AEW has the balls, I can't believe I'm saying this live on YouTube. Hardy has to beat up the kid.
Hardy takes out -1.
You can't have the kid on commentary having fun with Excalibur and Taz on Dark. You can't have the kid coming out here waiting for the cavalry to help out when Hangman needs help. He's part of the group now. He's got a contract that motherfuckers provide for his family.
No.
That kid's got a family.
No.
It's like,
No,
wait,
sick the drone on him. I don't care. The kid has to suffer.
No.
On television, not for real. He suffered enough.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It needs to be King Maxwell.
That's what I was gonna say. Matt Hardy go like, wait, I can't touch you, but he can.
Dollar Coin Maxwell.
Undefeated King Maxwell. By the way, he has a perfect 1-0 record. He pinned fucking Rockstar Spud.
How old's Maxwell now?
He's got to be like 6, 7.
I think so. 7, I want to say.
Something like that. Like, okay, at Final Deletion, he was like 2 or 3. How long ago was Final Deletion?
5 years ago.
Okay.
Serious question.
All right, so he's 7?
We've got Marco Stunt here. I'm just using an example, but he's not in this conversation.
JJ also said Maxwell. Yeah, Giorgio said Maxwell.
Out of respect for the family, they did all this for the kid.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If we go that far and we have Maxwell on there, do you gain respect or lose respect for AEW or professional wrestling to have 2 kids under 18 actually wrestle on television on a storyline?
No, because WWE didn't lose that when they had a kid go into Mania and actually win the tag team titles.
Yeah, but there's a lot of respect that was lost there.
Yeah,
and that wasn't one kid against another kid. That was a kid against 2 grown-ass adults.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually have 2 kids, and they're not minis, they're not trained wrestlers, they're 2 actual children. in a like 8-man or 6-man or 10-man tag match.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
No, because I could already hear like all the times Cornette's had a heart attack before hitting the ground.
Yeah.
He's still bouncing off the fucking
dead.
ground.
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. He had to go down 12 feet.
Yeah.
6 wasn't enough. If you have 2 kids a part of a 10-man tag match, you lose respect or gain respect for the company and for the business of professional wrestling.
They don't need to wrestle. Well, we've been joking around about this, right? If Maxwell fucking comes out and like wallops -1 and like that's it, and then all the fucking parents are like, okay, let's spread them apart. Yeah. Cool. But then later, 10 years later,
-1 is throwing papers at the guy. So he's in. He's fucking in. And it works. I like it. But how far do you take that? I actually want to see Hardy beat up this fucker.
You drag this shit out 10, 15 years till they're legal.
Wrestling fans don't got that attention span.
You know that they're gonna do it behind.
Yes, they do. Look how long we've been watching fucking wrestling.
We're the loud minority. That's why we only hit 6 views tonight.
Oh, yes, we are at 6 views.
And WWE's making billions.
Yes,
they're gonna if they do that, they're gonna do it behind a closed door. The kid's in there. Matt Hardy goes in there, closes the door. Just hear Rutgers, and then I'll be funny as hell.
They're both laid out.
No. If the door opens and it's -1 with a kendo stick and Matt Hardy's on the floor.
I tell you, if both of these kids are on our TVs for fucking 15 years, and then once they become of age, then they start wrestling, that's gonna be one hell of a like history storyline type thing. Yeah.
Lumbucket.
That's all that. Yeah.
And they grew up to be tag team.
Yeah.
Hell, you fucking have the Shield girls growing up at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The Shield girls, the Cody
Shit.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who you got winning?
Dark Order. Why not?
I got Matt. The Matt side winning.
You have the Matt side winning. I think for the sake of the match at Revolution, I think I've got Team Matt winning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Dark Order needs to have a big win with Hangman in order for Hangman to finally be like, you know what? Yeah. You know,
Because they're wagering their first quarter wages
Yeah.
on each other. That's what it is. So I gotta,
There has to be an announcement of Reynolds and Silver fighting either the hybrid or
what? Yeah.
or
I think
Private Party at Revolution.
I think it's gonna be Private Party because I think Hybrid is gonna go into that tag team battle royal at Revolution.
and probably one of the high the ones that
Because I
take
think
the pin on this
I
match.
think Uno and Grayson are in the tag team battle
Yeah.
royal, so that leaves Silver and Reynolds to do their own spotlight stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of spotlight, for the last spot at the Revolution ladder match, 10 from the Dark Order against Max Caster from the Acclaimed.
Second to last spot.
I don't really
Second to last spot.
know a whole lot about this Caster fellow.
He's the rapper guy from Acclaimed.
Okay.
Yeah.
7.
I got that at an 8.
Okay.
It just sorry, I just laughed because it reminded me of Kazarian talking shit to them while rapping. So I was like, all right.
No, I like when they had that fucking weird ass tag team match where all the multiple teams were in it, and Max Caster was talking shit about MJF. Sing Me Sunshine.
What?
Because MJF was on Rosie O'Donnell as a kid and he sang Sunshine.
Yeah.
So fuck that shit up. I thought that was funny. I'm also at an 8.
Okay.
We mentioned earlier the Brody Lee Memorial Show. 10 won me over on that show.
I got 10.
And Caster is actually again, not to be an asshole about it, I think he's the Shawn Michaels of that team, of the Acclaim. He's the guy that you invest in for the solo later on. I think these two could probably have a really good match. I'm at an 8. And I think I have 10 winning it too.
Okay.
I doubt he wins the ladder match, but I think he can do some crazy shit.
Okay.
So I've got 10 wins.
Yeah. I agree.
What are you watching first? Are you watching AEW live or are you watching NXT live?
AEW.
He didn't even flinch.
Nah. AEW.
I agree. Same here.
Yeah.
They've been winning every week so far
Mhm.
this year. And that sounds like same here. I'm watching AEW first. Before we go, damn. 2 episodes in. Have either of you guys watched Young Rock?
Oh, I've watched the first episode. I didn't watch the second episode
Yeah,
yet.
Same here.
What day of the week does that?
Tuesday.
Tuesdays?
Yeah, I
Okay.
forgot that it was on last.
Yeah, I wasn't
Tuesday.
sure which day of the week it was, but
I'm
yeah.
watching
It threw me off because
Yeah.
they replayed it after Raw on Monday, and I was like, "Wait, is this the new episode?" I completely got thrown
Yeah.
off. I was like, "What? I thought this was on NBC." And I was like, "Oh, I already saw the first episode." How that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why I forgot about the second episode. But I also saw.
I liked the first episode, and I think episode 2, which I haven't seen, will answer this question. The question that I had was, they kind of went through a bunch of fucking decades for this to be called Young Rock. Like, I really thought that they were going to stick in the 80s for like a season, stick in the 90s for a season, then the early 2000s or whatever. But no, they just blew through all that in fucking episode 1. So it's like, oh, we're Young Rock, where we're following the Rock while he's already in college. I don't know, but maybe that was like a overview. Episode 1 was a big overview, and then the other episodes 2 and 3 really go back and put more detail in the previous decades, because that's really what I want to see. I don't really want to see about college Rock.
Wasn't The Rock like in the mid-20s when he showed up Survivor Series '97?
Something like that.
So technically, all that shit is young compared to where he actually became a star.
Yeah, like
no,
I want to know the Rock before Rocky Maivia. Like I want to see this shit when he was Like I figured the end of season fucking 5 would be, oh, he finally made it to college. You know, like we were gonna be like looking at his actual fucking childhood being the son of Rocky Johnson, you know, and we were gonna see a lot more of Macho and Vince and Andre and Sheiky Baby and like that's the show. But like he's already in college. All that fucking Sheiky Baby stuff is behind him now. But again, that's just my after episode 1. What about episode 2?
I haven't seen episode 2.
Nobody's seen episode 2? None of us.
No.
Well, pinche chingue.
And that's not to say for the episode 1 turned me off.
Right.
If I would have had access to if I would have been aware episode 2 is on this date at this time, I would have made an effort to watch it. Again, long ass fucking weeks.
Yeah.
You know?
So what do you think of my assessment? Am I wrong on this?
I think it was more of a this is what you're gonna get from the show. This
Uh-huh.
is one of the stories.
Okay.
It was a throwaway story to start off with because the actual story is actually hilarious. But I do see the aspect of let me catch you. Obviously, you know me because of wrestling. I did my movies. This is how I actually started with these type of people, which was when they show Andre and all the other stuff. And then they jumped into high school and then college.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get the whole bouncing around thing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I just feel like it was just here's little aspects that we're gonna cover, and this is like at the intro episode.
Okay.
Pilot.
Correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't seen the show, but does Jim Parsons come out on Young Sheldon at all?
Oh, I have no idea.
There was one episode, but that was Big Bang, where they did a crossover.
Okay.
But other than that, no, he doesn't come out.
If The Rock is in 30% of if Dwayne Johnson's in 20 to 30% of every episode, people are going to keep watching the episode just because he's in it.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought that if Jim Parsons was such a big character as Sheldon on Big Bang, that this would have been what Young Sheldon would have been like, having Jim Parsons narrate like the Wonder Years kind of, and then showing Young Sheldon doing whatever these things was. I think this was kind of like the sampler episode. I'm expecting episodes going into this season to be of one aspect. So like one episode we'll get what they teased about him being in elementary school with Andre showing up on career day. Yeah. And then the next episode they'll have Dwayne during college. Then the next episode they'll have Dwayne in middle school or whatever. Like but I just think it came across that this first episode was just a sampler of what it feels like, what you're gonna get yourself into.
That's what I hope it was.
Yeah.
You know,
it was based on that title, no? That it said working the gimmick.
Yeah.
I do love the premise that he's running for fucking office in 2032, and this is like part of his campaign. Like I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Which wouldn't surprise me because he has mentioned that he wants to run, so 2038 would probably be the best time.
He did.
Yeah.
He did say, if y'all want me to run, that's what I need to hear.
Yeah.
He's definitely running Democrat. Mm-hmm. He put over Biden. A lot of people hated that. Now we're in that timeline now. It's Trumponomics. You're either fucking someone or you're getting fucked. There's no in the middle. There's no compromise. There's just a big wall in between. So if you like one group, then you're going to be hated by the other group.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this show lasts. There's enough of wrestling history that I know that some of that stuff wasn't accurate, but it's not for me. It's for people that just like, if they made a show if Jason Statham made a show weekly, people would watch it just because it's fucking Jason Statham.
Yeah.
So if there's a show about Dwayne Johnson and Dwayne Johnson's actually in it, doing interviews with the Asian guy from the Marvel series, which I kind of like.
Agent Woo.
Yeah, Agent Woo. I gave that a shot just on that alone. And if you're gonna get 10 minutes of that or 5 minutes of that spreading through every episode, that show's probably gonna at least last the first season.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where it gets to the point that, all right, I know all these stories. They haven't told me anything new. The charm's worn off. I'm sick of The Rock. I like Steve Austin anyway. Like what's like where's the end game here? Or is it we're just doing a couple of seasons and I can bring this back like The Apprentice when I run, you know?
Yeah.
True.
But for now, I like it. If it gets other people to watch it, it's kind of a detriment to WWE. You know, they had 5 million people watch that show on Tuesday. Why aren't those 5 million people watching Raw or SmackDown right now?
Yeah. Good point.
Again, and it's NBC, so that's what, Peacock?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a great way to establish this show. We got WWE, NXT. If you're gonna go that way, let's put the episodes right after that.
Could have had Rock versus Roman.
Mhm.
So we got Roman versus Edge. You happy with Roman versus Edge?
Yes.
Spear versus Spear.
Yeah. Good Spear versus, whatever.
Roman. Good Spear versus Roman. That's not the only show that's coming out.
Oh.
Well, that came out.
Oh.
They announced earlier in the week, AMC is doing an 8-part series
Yeah.
documentary, new documentaries.
De qué?
They're going
Steve
on.
Austin, Roddy Piper, Shawn Michaels, Macho Man, Ultimate
Oh.
Warrior. There's 3 more. I can't remember off the top
I know
of my head.
Foley
Bret
and
Hart,
Mark Henry are showing up. on one of them.
Foley's in there. But it's basically the A&E biography series. But
Okay.
they're doing a WWE mini chapter.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's 8 different ones. And they're new footage. So they're not using stock WWE footage that they've used across dozens of documentaries that you've already seen. They might be retelling some of the same story, but it's from 2020's eyes or 2021's eyes instead of from the 2000s, 2010s when those old documentaries. I have most of them. I doubt I'm going to get new stories from
Yeah.
Steve Austin that we haven't already got from his
Yeah.
movie. I think Piper is the only one that there might be a documentary of that I've never seen because they released that early. But everybody else, they just did Booker T for 24 on WWE. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure what they're going to show on Booker T that I haven't
probably
already seen.
the arrest before
Well, I mean, that's been done to death. Like, that's,
Mhm.
yeah.
A&E style though. So it's like
Yeah, I guess.
well, yeah. That one caught my eye on when I started seeing clips of it.
Mhm.
The one I really want to know about more is a little go into more in depth with the Shawn Michaels stuff of what he do after he left that time
When he
period.
lost his smile.
No,
No, the back surgery.
the back surgery.
98 to 2002.
2
Yeah, WrestleMania 19.
because I know
18?
I've seen
19.
some footage when he goes and wrestles in San Antonio for
Oh, for his school? Yeah.
yeah, and he does it,
TWA or whatever.
and he did a match against Sting
No, it was with Sting. They were partners.
in Christian, right? Some
Yeah.
Christian wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the one I'm hoping I get to learn more of that time frame. But other than that, again, I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear everything the same.
Anything else? Are you putting anything over?
Yeah. This past Saturday, the 20th, was our DCW iteration. So we had a ladder match for the first time, and that was a pretty good success. We had Luther Black versus T-Ray, and it was for the actual physical trophy of the Tugboat Cup. The Tugboat Taylor Invitational Tournament Cup, like the cup itself, because the first winner from 3 years ago, Luther, didn't feel like T-Ray was taking this seriously enough and said, "You don't deserve the cup. I want it." So we hung it up off of the rafters and had a ladder match for the first time, and that was fucking badass. It was really good. It was a good match. The same types of like crazy spots and shit that you'd see on like WWE with the ladder like happened. And when you're in in the Katy Boxing Club, it's not like an 18,000 foot fucking arena, right? There was a few people there, maybe 100 or 200 or so, but like in that area where you could see how high the ladder actually goes, and you're there's not a bad seat, I guess you could say. It's a little bit more visceral.
Was it a 12-foot ladder or a 16-foot?
I didn't measure it, but it was tall as fuck. I didn't climb it. Yeah. But no, it was pretty cool, man. Seeing taking bumps off the ladder and taking bumps onto the ladder and all that stuff. So it was cool. The finish is something that I don't think I've seen in most other ladder matches. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you've ever seen this, where one competitor is going up one side, the other competitor is going up the other side of the ladder, and instead of them like falling or knocking somebody else off or whatever, guy Luther, guy A, wound up kind of pulling the other dude's T-Ray's arms through the rungs, put him on the rungs on his side, and stepped on him to push himself up the other rung to get the thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like he was kind of stuck, right? I thought that was pretty innovative. I never seen that before. Have you guys ever seen that before?
I haven't seen the
Yes.
hand, but I've seen the legs.
In Game Changer Wrestling in front of like 8 people. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God! All right,
PWG.
and that wasn't the only like oh my God fucking match that we had. We had Jason Sullivan versus Nate Slater for the DCW Heavyweight Championship in a Sin City street fight, which apparently is Jason Sullivan's thing. And this was probably the wildest match we've had, where it got crazy. Barbed wire fucking baseball bat came out. We had thumbtacks out. They got the fucking staple gun stapling dollars to each other, and the dude got fucking color. And
in front of 80 people. Damn.
Well, not 80, but a little bit more, but still, yeah, it was fucking nuts. And what ended up happening is Nate Slater's wife, who's always there, she kind of got involved because as soon as looks like Jason had the upper hand and he was really gonna kind of fuck up Nate. Oh, because Duperon was a special guest referee and Duperon got taken out. Right when that happened, no, she jumped into the ring and it was like, no, trying to protect her man, like, no, leave him alone. It was like, what the hell? And then boom, low blow, which is great. And then that's when Duperon comes to, and then Nate took advantage and boom, 1, 2, 3. So Nate is still the DCW heavyweight champ, and that was pretty sick. So yeah, we're starting to venture out into like doing stipulations and just getting wilder and wilder and just outdoing ourselves every month. So our next show is going to be on the 20th of March. Again, the KD Boxing Club right down West Little York Road. So you just get on Beltway 8, exit West Little York, and just drive all the way down till you hit the KD Boxing Club, and there it is. So come on out. We are going to have the now unsuspended Romeo Falcon is going to be back, because it looks like the man that he threw a fireball into the face of 2 months ago is starting to get his vision and stuff back, and he's okay. So
and he was the only one that could reinstate it.
He's the only one that can reinstate him, and he now wants to kick that ass. So
Gotcha.
I think we're actually going to have that. And as a result of all the stuff with the main event and all that, Duperon appointed himself as being the next challenger for Nate Slater's championship. It was something we never thought Duperon was going to do, that he was going to book himself in a championship match. But because of what happened about the accidental contact that got Duperon knocked out and, all that, like, now they got beef and they got to settle it themselves. So that's who we're going to have as the champ. And it's rumored that Remedy might be okay from his elbow. Remember, he was going to be out for about 6 months. We think he might be returning. So if we see him, we'll have an update. So now we may not have a interim, but not really interim, but DCW champ with the guy who never lost the belt coming back, who also, I didn't know this before, that Nate Slater and Remedy were brothers. So fuck, I don't know what's really going to happen there. So we really need to find out.
They were brothers?
Well, they
I
are.
thought that shit lasts forever.
No, I mean,
Ancestry.com?
It was a surprise to me. I didn't know they were brothers, but apparently there was, and they is. So I don't know.
Always gonna be brothers.
I mean, I guess they are. Like, y'all brothers? Like, I mean, y'all both tall and big, but
different mothers, maybe?
Are maybe different mothers?
Step-brothers.
I mean, are they
brothers?
Are they brothers or are they brothers? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure.
Are you assuming racism between those guys?
I mean, maybe. I mean, Nate's white, so
let us
I mean,
dissect this.
I mean, at least I think Nate's white. I mean, he doesn't seem to be melanated.
Like Blake Griffin white or Travis white?
I mean, maybe Blake Griffin.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
On that note,
adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
Dig yourself 12 feet.
Oh man, I mean, dude, that dude Nate.
They're gonna call you. You're bearing our story.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
Dirk is Dirk.
All right, boom. We're done.
Oh man.